Hello, everybody. I am talking about the eclipses. This is a two-part series talking about the lunar and the solar eclipses. We have two lunar eclipses in June and July, one on 5th of June and then 5th of July. And in between them is a solar eclipse on 21st of June. Actually, 2020 has four lunar eclipses. We already one on 10th of January, then the two in June and July, and finally on 30th of November. So these are key factors just now. And how do they affect us? So we are going to talk about the lunar eclipses first. So two lunar eclipses are there on 5th of June and 5th of July. The first lunar eclipse is in Scorpio and the second one is in Sagittarius. How does it affect us? Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton and we are talking eclipses. This is part one of two series. And do remember to subscribe, press the bell notification. You don't want to miss the other one as well. So talking about the lunar eclipses, the solar and lunar eclipses usually happen 15 days apart. And they happen where Rahu or Ketu are there. So usually within a certain vicinity of Rahu Ketu, if there is a new moon or a full moon, the eclipse can take place. So the importance of this set of lunar eclipses is that it is two eclipses one after the other. That is quite rare. You don't always have two eclipses coming one after the other. And then we have the first eclipse is on 5th of June, and this is in Scorpio, although Ketu will be in Sagittarius. So the thing is this, that the signs are kind of man-made divisions, you could say, whereas the Ketu and moon are in that much difference so that the eclipse can take place. First eclipse is on 5th of June at 21 degrees of Scorpio. Ketu is still in Sagittarius in Moola Nakshatra, but the eclipse is always taken from the moon or the sun's degree. So it is a full moon in Jyeshta Nakshatra. And this eclipse is visible in Europe, in Asia, in Australia, a bit of South America, not in North America. But it is encompassing almost 3/4 of the world. So it is a very important eclipse. And in Scorpio Jyeshta, this is the first of the series of eclipses that are going to take place in Scorpio Taurus. Although Rahu Ketu haven't moved there, as I said, they are going to be apart, but it is a full moon and the eclipse is going to be visible. And all the countries where the eclipse is visible, they can expect some effect of them. The most important thing to remember about the lunar eclipse is that the lunar eclipse is like a trigger. It instantly gives results. It doesn't wait like the solar eclipse to give results at a later date. It will give results immediately. So you can expect something to happen soon. If your birthday is around 5th of June, then, you can expect some changes in your life. The eclipse indicates some change, unexpected transformation. Without looking at the full chart, it is difficult to judge, but that is an area that you can see that around the birthday. And of course, if you have any planets in Jyeshta Nakshatra, because the eclipse is in Jyeshta and it is 21 degrees approximately. So if you have your ascendant, sun, moon around that degree, about 5 degrees orb, you can say, then you can expect some change, but some instant energy. What I find with the lunar eclipse is that events happen within a month of that. But actually 1 month is also too long a trajectory. It's almost immediately. And on the day of the eclipse, all of us can feel a bit stressed out, worried about what the situation is, and not necessarily anything rational, but I always find the energy is very tough to handle. The eclipse on 5th of June begins at 17:45. Its intensity is about 8:20, that means full eclipse, and then it ends at about 21:30. The eclipse is visible for a long time. It's different than the solar eclipse. You can see it. Generally, it's a good idea on the day of the eclipse to keep it simple. Don't rush, do stressful things, and don't pressurize yourself, because it's a strange energy time. I'll talk about it a little bit later about how it affects you. The eclipse on 5th of June has Sun and Venus opposite to the eclipse. And Sun, of course, is part of the eclipse, and Venus is combust and retrograde. So definitely that lunar eclipse has something to do with financial issues. So do watch out for that. And also there's Jupiter-Saturn conjunction is there, Mercury is with Rahu, but fortunately the Kal Sarpa Yoga has been broken. So we don't have any Kal Sarpa Yoga. That is a positive aspect of this eclipse. And so on 5th of July, 5th of July 2020 eclipse, there are two very important things that are happening. Firstly, 5th of July is Guru Purnima. So Guru Purnima eclipses happen once every 18 years or so, because it is always at a full moon. So Guru Purnima means that there's a full moon in Sagittarius. And so this is an important eclipse. I think it's also important to remember that when the Guru is eclipsed and Jupiter has retrograded back to Sagittarius, Ketu is there, Moon is there, now they're all in Sagittarius. And Ketu, Jupiter, Moon, one of the things will be definitely that people will be not listening to advice, because the Guru is eclipsed. And it is even more important for us to do spiritual practice, to do some chanting to the Guru, to respect our teachers, not just the teachers that are living, but the Guru within us and the teachers from time immemorial, because those are the people who make our life easy. When we listen to them, we follow their advice. So 5th of July. Then the second thing about 5th of July is it's right next to the USA Independence Day. So USA, and this eclipse is visible in USA, and it is visible all over North America. Some parts of Europe, UK, Portugal, Spain, these are the countries that it is mostly visible. And it is important to see that this eclipse near US's birth chart can have some unexpected events around that time. Some scandal can break, some big news can come. There is usually it is to do with politics and government and those who are in charge. The eclipses affect those who are in charge. And so you can see some unsettled aspect taking place at that time. And the country can feel unsettled and fearful even, because that is what the original idea of eclipse was. And I would say that looking at these eclipses, it's very important that we should all take very great care about how we are going to deal with life. Now, this eclipse of 5th of July, Jupiter, Moon, Ketu are in Sagittarius, Sun, Mercury, Rahu are in Gemini. Saturn has split from Jupiter. So this is the last of what I would say big unsettled energy till September, because there's no major event taking place till September. But we should be always careful and watch out for what is happening around that time. This eclipse is at 19 degrees in Purva Ashada Nakshatra. So Purva Ashada's ruler is Venus, and the Devata deity is Apa, so water. So this can also mean that the water or our uh, inner energy feels very disturbed. So again, to watch out for this and to be extremely cautious around the eclipse days. In fact, I would say that because this is a big event, all the way from June. We have 5 June, 21 June, 5th of July. We are all being restrained with our behavior because at the end of it, the responsibility is on ourselves. And these eclipses are global events. While they may affect your individual chart, they are global events. So we need to be conscious of it. Now, as far as signs are concerned, we see for Aries, the first lunar eclipse is in Scorpio and the second one is in Sagittarius. Mars is not involved in these eclipses, so it is not so personal, but it would be 8th house, some unexpected transformation change. 9th house is the house of the guru, the teacher, so to be conscious of that. Taurus, the eclipses are in your 7th and 8th house. 7th house is house of marriage, relationships, partners. So there can be some unexpected news for them. And 8th house is again transformation, change, unexpected energy. In the 5th July eclipse, Venus is not involved, but the eclipse of 5th of June, Venus is opposite to the eclipse and it is with the sun. So you can feel very burnt out, exhausted, and also, take care of your finances as well. Gemini, the eclipse is in the 6th house of health and healing, to take care of that. And then the second eclipse is in the 7th house of relationships. In the second eclipse, your ascendant ruler Mercury is there and it is opposite to your ascendant ruler. Also, the solar eclipse is going to be in Gemini, more about that later. So this is quite an important time for you to practice restraint, to be careful and not rush into any. Cancer, the eclipse is in the 5th house, which is to do with children, creativity, ideas, general good luck. And then eclipses in the 6th house of health, the July eclipse. So watch out for your health. Take care around that time. And in both the eclipses, it's important that you realize that it is going to create some unexpected events, especially for Cancer, because these are lunar eclipses. So Cancer will feel it more because their ascendant ruler or moon ruler is part of this eclipse. Leo, the eclipse is in your 4th house. The June eclipse is 4th house, home, happiness, and 5th house, children. Children can suddenly create some problem that you have to deal with. 4th house, home, you feel unsettled. 4th house is also about happiness. So the June eclipse is connected to your personal happiness. So, happiness is a ephemeral thing. We don't know what it is, but you can feel very unsettled. Virgo, the eclipses are in your 3rd and 4th house. So 3rd house, June eclipse, it's about effort. And you may be feeling, I should be doing something, I should be organizing. It is best not to do anything, just to take care and be careful. The July eclipse, Mercury, your ruler, is also there. But Mercury is in its own sign. It is retrograde, but it is in its own sign. So it's quite strong. But I would say 4th, home, happiness, 2 areas of life are affected for everybody. Libra, the eclipse is in the 2nd house of finances. So 5th of June, definitely the financial aspect, you have to be conscious about not investing and taking care. And also your ruler is combusted that time. You're very burnt out. So you need to take some time out to relax and not worry about things. And the July eclipse is in your 3rd house of self-effort and initiative. Eclipses are not time to take initiative. They are time to hold back and relax. And that, I would say, is the most important thing. The Scorpio, the eclipse is in your ascendant or your moon sign. So if you're Scorpio moon or Scorpio ascendant, this is a major change for you, the 5th of June eclipse. Of course, you have to see the exact degree of your ascendant or moon. If it is in Jyeshta, close to that, then you are experiencing it most intensely. But all of Scorpio will be some change, some unexpected event that makes you rethink your life. And the July eclipse is in the 2nd house of finances, so be conscious of that and not to invest or make any financial decisions. I would say don't make any decisions till financial decisions till 5th of after the July event. Sagittarius, the June eclipse is in your 12th house of expenses, Scorpio. So it's also a spiritual house. It is best to do something spiritual at that time, not to be doing any material things. There can be some unexpected expense that comes your way. The 5th of July eclipse is in your ascendant, and Jupiter is also there, Ketu is also there, Moon. So it is yourself that you feel unsettled. The lunar eclipses don't make huge differences, but at that particular moment, if you make a decision, it can make a big difference to you. So you have to take it slowly and carefully. Capricorn, the eclipses, June eclipse is in your 11th house of finances, of earning, and you may get some unexpected, not pleasant news regarding your earnings, and don't make any decision at that time. The July eclipse is in the 12th house of expenses, so keep tight control over expenses. You don't want to be wasteful at this time. Aquarius, the eclipse is in June eclipse is in your 10th house, career, opportunities. Eclipse can bring some unexpected change, some unexpected ideas about where you want to go in the future. And the July eclipse is in the 11th house of earnings, and they can be something unsettled. Eclipses can also bring more earning, but our idea is that we should keep very restrained and careful around these times. As far as Pisces is concerned, the June eclipse is in the 9th house of the guru, of the advisor, of the spiritual life. So you have to be careful about what advice you give, what advice you receive, and to be careful. The July eclipse is in your 10th house of career. So there are some changes taking place. Already these eclipses this is coming towards the end of the eclipse season. So you're thinking about making some changes, and Jupiter is also there, come back. And so also remember to respect the guru, the inner guru, your own guru during that time. So I'm going to be doing another video about the solar eclipse on 21st of June, and watch out for that, and to remember to subscribe and press the bell notification. Thank you.